In today's video, we will go over everything that you need to know about dungeons and glyphs in Hero Siege 2. With all the new players joining the game recently, I think it's the perfect time to go over the vast amount of content and mechanics, because I myself was really overwhelmed at the beginning, and even now I'm still learning new things. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you wanna see more content like this. The first thing you need to know is that dungeons are one of the best ways to farm XP and items, because they are densely packed with enemies, causing your kills per minute to go up significantly in comparison to the overworld. Also, unlike the overworld, they have a set layout, which also counts for chests, making them the perfect farming spot for relics. Dungeons are also perfect for classes that don't have a teleport ability, as mapping with those classes can be tedious, since you can easily get stuck on objects. For example, I rarely use my Redneck Chainsaw Massacre build in open maps. I mostly run dungeons or fight bosses, because he lacks a teleport. There are also great items that have an increased drop chance in dungeons, like the Executioner's Cocoon, which has an increased drop chance in Act 3 dungeons. So don't forget to make use of the in-game manual to see where to farm for the items you are after. There also was an increased drop chance for items in specific dungeons before, but I'm not sure how accurate that information is after the 2.0 update, since the wiki hasn't been updated for a while. Each dungeon also comes with its own key. They drop besides regular loot throughout the game. If you have a pet, it will pick it up for you, otherwise you have to do it yourself. At the entrance of each dungeon, you can speak to an NPC. Here you can use one or several keys at once. The more keys you use, the higher the chance gets to find glyphs, and also the higher your essence gain becomes. The essence gain is the XP that levels up your glyphs. Also important to know is that you don't have to use keys. You can enter dungeons at any time. But if you run regular dungeons, you will not get any glyph drops. And you will also not be able to gain any essence for your glyphs. Once you unlock a glyph slot in your hero tree, you can click on it and equip a glyph, if you have one. And then, at the end of a key dungeon, you can use the shrine to progress your XP bar of one of your glyphs. The essence you gain goes up for every enemy you kill, so be sure to clear the whole dungeon, otherwise you are wasting your keys. If you want it, you can also clear half the dungeon and progress one glyph, then clear the rest of the dungeon and then progress another one. This way you can progress several glyphs at once. The added benefit of killing all enemies is that you can also open the chest at the end of the dungeon, and this one has a guaranteed relic drop. So it's a win-win if you kill all enemies. Also note that you can only progress the runes that are equipped on your character. If they are in your bag, you cannot upgrade them, and the max amount you can equip are 4 at a time. Their level can go up to 7, each level with a significant stat increase. So it's really worth grinding those dungeons. Just remember that glyphs come in different qualities. So try to get the highest quality before investing time and XP into it. You can see the glyph with 35% quality gives me a duration of 1.23 seconds. But the glyph with 93% quality increases the duration to a whopping 3.26 seconds. For people who don't like to run dungeons, you can also buy the leveled up glyphs in the auction house, but they will be really expensive. Depending how far you are into the game, the keys can be expensive for you if you want to buy them in the auction house. So you might wanna ask around if you can join others in their key dungeons, and if they want to join you. There is also one neat trick you can use to get free key dungeon runs. If you see an unstable rift, be sure to try it. It has a chance to teleport you into a key dungeon. But be careful, it might be a level 12 key dungeon, which means enemies hit like a truck. So you might not wanna do it if you play hardcore. And now a small bonus tip. If you want to farm more effectively, check the location currently marked red on your map. The buffs you get there are also applied to the dungeons, so be sure to take advantage of that. And now let me show you every dungeon location and the key they are using. In the outskirts of Inoya, we have the Red Den that uses the smelly cheese as a key. Next, in the Pumpkin Patch, we have the Pumpkin Cellar that uses the cellar key to enter. In the Woodhill Plains, we have the Black Tower that uses the tower key to enter. Next, in the Crystal Village, we have the Frozen Cellar that uses the frosted key to enter. Next, in the Glacial Trail, we have the Ancient City Dungeon that uses the ancient key to enter. Next, in the Dry Hills, we have the Sand Cave that uses the shovel key to enter. In the Mos Aratim Desert, we have the Forgotten City Dungeon that uses the Mystic key to enter. In the Pyramid level 2, we have the Cowflex Tomb that uses the Tomb key to enter. In the Old Mining Village, we have the Old Copper Mine that uses the copper key to enter. In the Highland Mines, we have the Abandoned Mine that uses the rusted key to enter. In the Devil's Breach, we have the Devil's Hole that uses the Devil's key to enter. In Mount Fuji, we have the Fuji Crater. Here you use the pickaxe key to enter. In the Misty Swamp, you have the Underground Garden that uses the garden key to enter. In the Fuji Coast, we have the Kaojin Temple that uses the battle key to enter. Next, in the Temple of Zamcho, we have the Temple Trapdoor that uses the golden key to enter. In the Highland Graveyard, we have the Unmarked Grave Dungeon that uses the axe key to enter. In the Steam Train, we have the Arm Storage that uses the storage key to enter. In the Event Horizon, we have the Distorted Horizon Dungeon that uses the warp key to enter. And now the DLC dungeons. In the Forest of the Slain, we have the Gladsheim Halls that uses the Valor key to enter. In the Flooded Plains, we have the Naga Temple that uses the Naga Scale key to enter. And lastly, in the Forgotten Caves, we have the Muspelheim Dungeon that uses the Magma key to enter. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you are still looking for others to play with, then you can join my Discord channel. I leave a link to it in the pinned comment below. And if you would like, you can also join my guild for various benefits,